hope you've had a great week and are looking forward to a great week before Thanksgiving. Today we're finishing up our unit on God is Light. And we're going to do just a little bit of reviewing about it. So for the first thing I want you to do is just adults, whoever you are with your kids here, stop the video and talk a little bit about what have you learned this month about God is Light. Just stop the video and have a short discussion about that. We're just kind of review first of all. Okay, now let's go ahead and review the scripture that we used this month to talk about God is Light. The first scripture we used, the first lesson, was in Genesis 1, and it was verses 1 through 5. I'm going to read those for us again, just to remind us. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. So God's first act of creation was to separate the light from the darkness. Okay, then the next week we went to John, and it was chapter 8, verse 12. Let me read that. When Jesus spoke again to the people, he said, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." So that week we were talking about how Jesus is the light of the world and how he guides us and directs us if we'll follow him. Then the next verses that we used was in Matthew, and it was in Matthew chapter 5, verses 14 through 16. And if you remember, this is where we also talked about 13 and talked about how Club 513 is called 513 because of Matthew 5:13. So let's read verses 14 through 16. "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." So this is where, it tells us God is light, Jesus is the light, and they invite us to be the light of the world. They want us, when people see us, for us to look different and for them to see Jesus and God in us. Now, what I want to do real quickly is just a little experiment to show you a little bit about separating the light from the dark, because that's so much of what this unit was about. So I've got some things here. I've got some black water, and I've got some oil. Now, I hope most of you know what oil and water do, but we're going to mix them up here. So I'm going to put this. I'm going to put some oil in here. Hopefully y'all can see what I'm doing there. I don't really care if you see me. I just want you to see what I'm doing. I'm putting a whole bunch of oil in here. Keep on putting it in there. There you go. Hopefully you can kind of see. And then what we're going to do is, and I've got this on the table because the oil will mess the table up. Put the lid on it. And we're going to shake it up and mix that up. And you can see you've got the water, the dark water and the oil in there. Now, if we let that sit for a little bit, what happens is, and I already did one earlier because I didn't know how long this would take, is you get something that looks like this. I'm going to put it up closer so you can see. You can see that. Now you can see the oil is on top and the dark water is on the bottom. And what this just shows us is that how the light and the dark, they just don't mix. We're supposed to be different. We're supposed to be different than the world. We're in the world, but we're supposed to be different from the world. And a great verse that we can use to kind of show us that is in 1 John chapter 5. I'm just going to use this verse to kind of close and then let you guys have some discussion about all of this. It's 1 John chapter 5. This is the message we have heard from him and declare to you. God is light. In him there is no darkness at all. So if we have God in us, there shouldn't be darkness in us. We should be different. We should look differently. So I hope this has been a good unit for you guys. I hope you've really had some chances to have good conversations about it. And just stop the video now and just talk a little bit about, again, what it is, what it looks like for you to be different than the darkness, and how we would do that in life. And maybe especially this time during Thanksgiving season and Christmas season, how we could be different, how we could look different than the rest of the world. Love you guys. Hope you have a great week. Have a great Thanksgiving, and we will see you soon. Bye.